Imagine for a moment that the fear of failure, doubts, and the opinions of others have no control over you, that the worry about what might be lost doesn't dictate your decisions. Instead, you're guided by what you truly want and value in life. It's time to silence those inner voices holding you back and act with the confidence that your real power lies in your actions, not your insecurities. I invite you to stay until the end, where you'll find valuable lessons to strengthen your plans at any stage of life and begin acting without fear. If this is your first time here, I ask for your support by subscribing and leaving a like on the video, so I can continue bringing more valuable content to you in the future. Every time you act with courage, you take a step toward freedom. The limitations you created yourself vanish. When you decide to act as if there's nothing to fear, you discover that what truly matters isn't what you might leave behind, but what you can gain. A life lived fully, with authenticity, without regrets, and with the joy of being true to yourself in every choice. So let's begin with the first lesson. Lesson 1. There's nothing to fear, only to grow. Acting as if there's nothing to fear is a powerful choice that frees you from the chains of fear and uncertainty. When you decide to face life in this way, you open up to a universe of possibilities, allowing yourself to take risks that once seemed unimaginable. Often, the fear of what we dread imprisons us, but by accepting that, deep down, there's nothing to fear, you gain the boldness to move forward. This approach doesn't mean acting recklessly, but rather freeing yourself from the worries that hold you back. By adopting this mindset, you realize that the true value lies in the actions and growth they bring, far more than in preserving what you already have. Every challenge becomes an opportunity to learn, rather than a threat to your stability. When you understand that what you fear, whether it's status, comfort, or others' approval, is actually a fleeting illusion, you begin to see that your real power lies in your resilience and adaptability. This shift in perspective allows you to see beyond self-imposed limitations, motivating you to pursue your dreams with renewed determination. Acting with the conviction that there's nothing to fear opens doors that were previously inaccessible, turning every step into an act of courage. With each obstacle overcome, your confidence grows. You learn to trust yourself, knowing that no matter what happens, you'll always find a way forward. This attitude not only transforms your life, but also inspires those around you. Your determination becomes an example, encouraging others to step out of their comfort zones and explore new possibilities. Living with this mindset is an invitation to value the present, freeing yourself from anxiety about the future and allowing you to focus on what can be done now. This is the key to a fulfilling life, where every action, no matter how small, carries purpose. By letting go of unnecessary worries, you discover that true personal growth happens when you dare to act without fear, recognizing that the greatest risk is not trying at all. This mindset isn't recklessness, it's liberation. It invites you to step out of your comfort zone and explore new avenues. By releasing attachment to outcomes, you begin to appreciate the process and the lessons it brings. Every decision becomes an opportunity for growth, no matter what happens in the end. You start to view challenges not as failures, but as opportunities for evolution. As you free yourself from rigid expectations, you begin to value every experience, even when things don't go as planned. This new perspective gives you unshakable resilience, allowing you to adapt to any situation with an open heart. When you detach yourself from outcomes, you eliminate the pressure that often accompanies important decisions, allowing you to explore and discover what truly excites you. This creative freedom opens new doors, enabling you to innovate and find solutions that those who fear failure would never consider. In this state, your focus is no longer on what is safe. It expands to what is possible. Acting without the weight of expectations connects you with your true self. Instead of seeking to please others, you start making decisions that reflect your most authentic values and aspirations. This journey is about embracing uncertainty with a positive attitude. You understand that not everything is under your control, and instead of resisting this reality, you accept it as part of your growth. This acceptance teaches you to live with less anxiety and more confidence, knowing that regardless of the outcome, you are on the right path. What really matters? What really matters is not the final destination, but how you choose to walk this journey. Embracing this mindset helps you face failure with resilience. If you have already accepted that there is nothing to fear, each misfortune becomes a lesson, not a defeat. This shift in perspective strengthens you, preparing you to face any challenge with courage and optimism. To wrap up this first lesson, I'm talking about living with the mentality that there is nothing to fear. This allows you to experience life to the fullest. Instead of worrying about protecting what you already have, you focus on creating new opportunities and making the most of each moment. This attitude brings more freedom, authenticity, and courage into your life, turning each day into a new chance for growth and discovery. So make your presence known in the comments by writing, "I will face my fears." Lesson 2. Overcoming the fear of failure. The fear of failure is one of the main obstacles we encounter when trying to act with determination and confidence. This anxiety can paralyze us, stopping us from taking the necessary actions to reach our goals. However, failure is an inevitable part of the growth process, and learning to face it is crucial to moving forward. This fear often stems from the belief that failure reflects incompetence or a lack of personal value, which leads us to avoid situations that might result in failure, preferring the safety of inaction. Yet, by choosing this false security, we lose valuable opportunities for learning and development. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus emphasized, it's not events themselves that disturb us, but our interpretation of them. Therefore, we should not fear failure itself, but rather how we perceive it and how it impacts our self-esteem. Accepting failure as a real possibility, and more importantly, as a tool for learning, is essential to overcoming this fear. Every mistake and every stumble teaches us something, giving us the chance to adjust our strategies and get closer to our goals. A remarkable example is Walt Disney, who was fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination. He faced several bankruptcies before creating the Disney empire. He said, "The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing." His determination led him to become an icon of creativity and innovation. Moreover, it's important to remember that success is rarely a straight path. It's full of twists, turns, and setbacks. People who achieve their goals aren't necessarily those who never fail, but those who persist in the face of difficulties. Instead of seeing failure as an obstacle, we should view it as a partner on the journey. While uncomfortable, it pushes us forward. When confronting the fear of failure, it's helpful to recognize that life is a continuous process of trial and error. There is no foolproof guide to success at every step. Therefore, adopting a growth mindset, where each experience, whether good or bad, contributes to our development, allows us to move forward with more confidence and resilience. As Marcus Aurelius said, the obstacle in the path becomes the path. Thus, the fear of failure should be a driving force that pushes us to learn and grow. To overcome the fear of failure, we must first change our perception of what it means to fail. Failure is not a reflection of our personal worth, but rather an opportunity to learn and improve. Every time we fail, we gain valuable information about what works and what doesn't, allowing us to adjust our strategies and move forward with more knowledge. It's worth remembering that many successful people have faced significant failures in their journeys. What sets them apart is their ability to learn from these experiences and use them as stepping stones to success. By changing our view, we start to see failure not as an end, but as a natural part of the growth process. This new perspective gives us more freedom in our decisions, knowing that the result does not define who we are, but rather how we respond to it. When we accept that failure is inevitable in any learning process, we begin to see our setbacks as necessary steps to reaching our goals. This view frees us from the burden of perfection and allows us to move forward with more boldness and creativity. Instead of fearing mistakes, we start to seek them out, knowing that each one brings us closer to mastery in what we do. By internalizing this new perception, we not only ease the fear of failure, but also strengthen our emotional resilience. We learn to rise stronger after each fall and to see challenges as opportunities to demonstrate our ability to adapt and grow. Let go of worry and focus on your own goals. Instead of worrying about what others think, focus on your own goals and desires. In the end, what truly matters is our own growth and satisfaction, not the approval of others. Adopting this mindset not only frees us from the judgment of others, but also allows us to make more authentic decisions that align with our values. When we stop caring about what others think, we begin to live more fully and authentically, following a path that truly resonates with our aspirations instead of conforming to others' expectations. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "Life is too short to constantly worry about what others think of us." This perspective encourages us to be bold, to take calculated risks, and to accept that even with fear, we are walking our own path. It's also important to remember that those who truly care about us will value our courage and authenticity, even when we make mistakes. The people who criticize from a distance usually don't understand the effort and determination it takes to keep moving forward despite the fear of failure. That's why it's crucial to surround ourselves with people who support and encourage us to become the best version of ourselves, regardless of the outcome. By acting without fear of disapproval, we discover a new kind of freedom that allows us to explore, innovate, and grow without the chains of conformity. This approach not only leads us to achieve our goals, but also brings deep inner satisfaction, knowing that we are living in alignment with our true aspirations rather than simply meeting the expectations of others. Embracing failure as part of the journey. Once we start viewing failure as a natural part of the learning process, we realize that there's no reason to fear it, but rather to accept it. This shift in mindset gives us the courage to take risks and pursue our dreams without fear, knowing that every step we take, whether successful or not, brings us closer to our goals. Accepting failure as an inherent possibility in any meaningful endeavor releases an immense amount of energy that would otherwise be wasted on worries and doubts. This liberation pushes us to act with more determination and confidence, fully aware that each experience, whether positive or negative, contributes to our growth. As we change our perspective, we see that the fear of failure is actually an illusion that keeps us stuck. By leaving it behind, we open the door to a world full of possibilities, where every effort is an opportunity to learn, improve, and move forward. This view helps us build emotional resilience, a crucial skill for facing life's challenges. Instead of seeing failures as insurmountable barriers, we begin to see them as stepping stones toward success. Every fall becomes a learning point, and every mistake, a valuable lesson that better prepares us for future challenges. Failure stops being an enemy to avoid and becomes an ally in our pursuit of personal and professional fulfillment. Celebrate small wins along the way. In accepting failure as part of the journey, we also learn to celebrate the small wins along the way. We realize that progress isn't always linear, but that every step, no matter how small, brings us closer to our goals. This mindset allows us to enjoy the process and stay motivated, knowing that each effort moves us closer to success. Innovative solutions in work and everyday tasks. You'll be surprised to find inspiration in places and situations that once seemed routine. Your life will take on a new sense of purpose as you connect more deeply with your inner silence. You'll begin to notice the silence around you and feel a growing desire to spend more time in nature, soaking in the stillness that emanates from trees, mountains, and rivers. These experiences in nature will deepen your connection to the synchronicities of life, making meaningful coincidences seem too perfect to be mere accidents. This indicates that you are in harmony with the flow of life and the higher intelligence of the universe. Your health and vitality may also improve. The deep sense of relaxation that silence provides allows your body to heal and regenerate on a cellular level, potentially resolving chronic health issues and increasing your energy and resilience. As you deepen this practice of presence and silence, you'll notice a more intimate connection with the world around you. The noise and distractions that once filled your mind will be replaced with inner calm, allowing you to tune in to the quiet of your surroundings. This silence, far from being empty, will be full of life and meaning. You'll naturally feel drawn to spend more time in nature, in the stillness of trees, the majesty of mountains, or the vastness of the oceans, finding an echo of the inner peace you've cultivated. These experiences will not only be comforting but will also open you to the synchronicities of life, those meaningful coincidences that seem too perfect to be mere chance. In these moments, you'll feel truly in tune with the flow of life, connected to a higher intelligence that guides and supports your path. Your relationship with challenges and adversity will transform, turning difficulties into opportunities for growth and learning. You'll realize that moments of evolution come as you face the ups and downs of life with serenity, understanding that every experience contributes to your journey of awakening. Though challenges may arise, they are part of the process. Every time you return to your practice, you strengthen your ability to stay centered and present, no matter the external circumstances. Silence is not just a practice or a mental state, but the foundation from which you live your life, guiding your actions and interactions. In it, you discover everything you've been seeking: peace, love, fulfillment, and a purpose that already exists within you, just waiting to be revealed. Trust this process and yourself. The journey to an extraordinary life is unfolding now, in this moment of tranquility. As you dive deeper into this inner silence, you'll find that you need less from the outside world to feel complete. The peace and contentment you find within yourself are more satisfying than any material possession or achievement. This doesn't mean you must give up the pleasures of life, but that you won't depend on them to be happy. Moreover, the benefits of this practice will extend to your physical well-being. The deep relaxation that comes from silence will allow your body to heal and regenerate at a cellular level, and chronic health issues that once seemed insurmountable may begin to ease. Over time, you'll notice an increase in your energy, vitality, and resilience. Your body, mind, and spirit will align in a state of balance and harmony, allowing you to live with health and well-being that once seemed like a dream. As you advance on this path of personal growth and inner transformation, you'll feel an irresistible urge to share what you've learned. This desire doesn't come from obligation, but from a deep gratitude for the revelations and transformations you've experienced. You'll feel the need to contribute to the well-being of others, reaching out to those still facing the challenges you've already overcome. Whether through formal teaching, mentoring, or simply being a source of peace and presence in your daily life, your influence will begin to impact the lives of those around you. Each day will become a new opportunity to deepen your practice, expand your awareness, and more fully embody the truth of who you are. You'll realize that life itself is your greatest teacher, and that each experience, whether challenging or rewarding, has something valuable to offer. The practice of being present and aware will allow you to see beyond the superficial appearances of life, recognizing the intrinsic beauty in everything around you. The expansion of your consciousness will open up new levels of perception, allowing you to live with greater clarity and purpose. By adopting this approach, you'll begin to see the world like an artist, recognizing the interconnectedness of all things and appreciating the harmony that permeates every aspect of existence. You'll realize that you're not only shaping your own life, but also playing a part in a greater creation, a cosmic masterpiece where every being plays a unique role. In this state of creative flow, you'll become a channel for the expression of universal beauty and truth, and your life will become a continuous celebration of the wonder and mystery of existence. Lesson 4. Silence transcends the mere absence of sound. Silence is not just the absence of noise. It is a deep space, an invitation to self-knowledge and reflection. We live in an age marked by constant agitation, where external noise seems to surround us at every turn. Social media buzzes with incessant updates, phones never stop vibrating, and the world demands that we always be available, and in motion. But what happens when we decide to pause? What do we find when we dive into the still waters of silence? Imagine walking through a dense forest, where the only sound is the whisper of leaves in the wind. In this moment, silence is not just the absence of sound, but a space where thoughts can flow freely. You begin to realize what truly matters amidst the rush. What you love, what dreams were buried under the weight of daily obligations, and what makes your heart race. This moment of introspection reconnects you with your passions and with what truly matters.